Hey, good morning, folks. We're going to get started here with a whole lot of weather to talk about. And you saw it in my headline there that we have hot weather, we have storms, and we have wind on the way. Hey, good morning, Mark Ambrosi. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Remember, we were talking about Tropical Storm Cristobal. Well, that's making its way into the Great Lakes region. It'll latch onto a cold front, and the two combined look like quite a storm system. So we'll get to that. So hot today, we're going to look at the remnants of Cristobal and what they will do to us. And also we have the chance for severe thunderstorms, the way I see it now shaping up. And I'll show that to you and why that would occur as we head into Wednesday afternoon and evening for most areas. Now, we're going to start with actually the radar, okay, off to our west, and that radar showing the circulation from Cristobal in Missouri and the cold front off in the Dakotas and Nebraska. So that's the 1-2 punch that we will have coming our way. Let's give you the model rundown and show you the perspective on that. Hey, but first, I want to say good morning to some folks. Rachel, good morning. Susan Pratt, good morning from Reese, Michigan. And Sue Waterbill Stewart, hey, Comstock Park here. Good morning, Diane Penn. All right, so here is the radar forecast. Let's see, let's move it along here. Okay, so today we have just a hot summer day. No precipitation. We're at this evening now on this model run. And now we're at tonight, 2 in the morning. So it looks like a line of thunderstorms could come through the western side of the state. It would look like late tonight, late evening, and toward midnight or so. There's a slight chance that one of those thunderstorms would have some isolated high wind gusts, mostly because the circulation of the storm is approaching, and if any of that wind is caught down and brought to the surface, it's a high wind gust. So that little batch moves through tonight, and then tomorrow afternoon and evening is when I'm really watching for the possibility of severe weather. This is tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock, and that configuration there of storms south across lower Michigan, that shows me it's a well-developed cold front at the time of the day when the atmosphere is most unstable, and the showers and thunderstorms will move through. And you know what? Some spots really need the rain out of this one, because after that we don't have a significant chance of rain for probably another 7 to 10 days. This is Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Thursday will be a breezy, much cooler day, and then the cooler air will actually settle in as we go into the weekend. It's almost a carbon copy of last weekend and the weekend before. So we're on this very regular schedule right now of cool temperatures on the weekend and hot temperatures during the week. Hey, good morning, John Markey and Travis Martin and Katie Teddy. Good morning. And Kimberly Sue Klink. Good morning, Deckerville. Also want to thank Abley Greenhouse and Garden Center for sponsoring the MLive Morning Weather Update. Abley Greenhouse and Garden Center is in Saginaw. It's just off I-75. You can actually see it on the west side of I-75 before you go up the Z Bridge if you're going to the north. So get off at the M81 exit and check out their scene at the Garden Center. It's a good one where you can wander around for an hour or so and enjoy the plants. Okay, so these are total rainfall forecasts from, first off, the European model. And the UP, you're going to get soaked 1 to 3 inches of rain in the UP. West side of the state, I would call it an inch to 2 inch rain. And on the east side, I would call it a ½ inch to inch, with some areas between 1 inch and 2 inches, depending on the thunderstorm that you get into. Travis Martin, how potent do you think the cold front will be tomorrow? It's going to be a potent one because it's going to have upper 80s and high moisture ahead of it. It's going to have a big abrupt wind shift and much cooler air behind it. So it should be what I call a well-developed cold front. That is where the showers and storms are solid along the cold front as it moves through in the evening tomorrow and middle of the night. Now here's the U.S. model, almost the same kind of scene where it shows areas in the thunderstorms get between 1 inch and 2 inches. And like I said, although some areas are still wet, some areas, like here in Frankenmuth, I was planting some plants yesterday, and ground was bone dry, almost like concrete. Winds. Now, that's the next thing that we'll deal with, is that inland from, say, Grand Rapids eastward, you're going to look at 40 to maybe 45-mile-an-hour gusts. That would happen during the day on Wednesday. Along the shoreline, Muskegon, Ludington, Manistee, Frankfort, especially up into Escanaba, the north end of Lake Michigan, south fringes, south shoreline of the UP, you're going to look at 50 to 60-mile-an-hour winds out of the south. So strong winds obviously will make high waves, up to 10-foot waves hitting the shoreline along the southern UP shoreline, and maybe some of those tips that stick out into Lake Michigan on the western shoreline. So what I've been saying is, if you have something, this is the time of year for projects. Let's build a shed, or let's re-roof a house, or something like that. If you have something that's you don't want exposed to the wind, then you're going to want to protect it by the time we get to tomorrow. How is A2 Ann Arbor for the weekend? Amber Dennis, you're going to love it. Again, it's almost a carbon copy, like I said, of what we had this past weekend. All right, now here's the Storm Prediction Center's forecast for the possibility of severe weather. This would be for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. And they put the eastern part of the state in what they term a slight risk of severe weather. But let's break it down a little closer. Good morning, Clark Hughes, fellow MLiver. This is the tornado possibility for tomorrow afternoon and evening. And they put Saginaw, Bay City, the Thumb, St. Louis, Lansing, all of Ann Arbor area, all of Detroit area into that 5% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of a point. Wind gusts of 58 miles an hour or more, 15% chance eastern side of the state, and hail, the same deal. So the timing is a possible quick severe storm tonight on the west side of the state with that first burst of showers and storms. And then the main chance of organized severe weather, in my mind, would come in Wednesday, maybe late afternoon, but more likely Wednesday evening into the middle of the night, let's say till midnight. Now, there is a wind advisory in effect along the western shoreline west of Grand Rapids up to Leelanau County, and then also for areas around Escanaba and Manistee, northern edge of Lake Michigan. That's for the wind gusts to 60 miles an hour. And let's look at temperatures. Today is definitely a pool day. High temperatures in the 90s, low 90s, 90 to 92. Tomorrow, the heat and humidity continues on the east side of the state while it starts to cool down the west and cools down dramatically across the UP. Then we're to Thursday, comfortable temperatures in the 70s, lower humidity. We're to Friday, 70s in the south, low 70s at that, then 60s, and then highs in the 50s. From about Traverse City to the bridge, Mackinac City and UP. Saturday, we are in the 60s to low 70s. Lots of sunshine, not a ton of wind, although northeast wind for Saginaw Bay boaters. And then Sunday, pop up just a touch. Again, sunshine, not a bake on the lake day, but a very comfortable day with temperatures in the low 70s. And we start to inch up from that, and probably will be next Tuesday before we get back to 80 degrees. All right, let's take some questions and say hi to some folks. Hey, good morning, Larry Robinson. Good morning, Wanda from Naples, where it's very hot. Frank Tomajeski, I don't think Lake Claire can take another drop. Yes, I know. The lake levels are high and the ground is starting to dry out, so we kind of have a conundrum there, I guess you'd say. So there you have it, folks. A very summery day today. Get out and enjoy it. Get stuff done. Then we'll look at wind and storms tomorrow, and much cooler as we head into the weekend. Katie Teddy wants to know windy over the weekend. Not exceptionally. Northeast wind, which usually inland is not too bad, 5 to 12 miles an hour. But on Saginaw Bay, Lake Huron, as the cooler air funnels in, it gets gusty, 15 to 20 miles an hour. And that's a wavy situation on Lake Huron and not so wavy on Lake Michigan side or Michigan side of Lake Michigan. It would be good to water my garden. I would today, and then let's hope Mother Nature does it for you tomorrow afternoon. Will it be raining at 4 p.m. in GR tomorrow? I would say yes. That would probably be a pretty good time for the storms to be coming through the Grand Rapids area. Get your car washed today. There we go, Dan. So it will definitely rain. We could use it. I would wash some cars on the east side of the state because it could be a lot different moisture situation than on the west side. There you have it. I'm meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. You've watched the MLive Morning Weather Update, sponsored by our friends Abley Greenhouse and Garden Center in Saginaw, just off I-75. Of course, the severe weather hits either late tonight or tomorrow. We'll keep you updated right here on MLive. Take care. Have yourselves a great Tuesday.